It's the end of the week. I'm filming this video on a Sunday, but I thought it would be really interesting to look back over the past week and think about what went down. I had a flare-up. Yeah, I know, breaking news, total new information. I've had lupus for 5 years, so obviously this shouldn't come as a surprise. But I've realised that I have something that I think I would call flare-up denial, and I'm starting to unpack why. It's been 5 years since I've been diagnosed with lupus, and in that time I've come to learn how my disease works and how it impacts my body. You sort of learn your triggers and you learn the things that are signs that you're about to get sick or have a flare-up. Yes, sneaky flare-ups do happen, I know that all too well, but at the same time you get a general idea of how your disease operates and when you're about to be ill. But even though that's the case, I don't tend to listen to those signs. For me, the signs that I'm about to have a flare-up sort of come weeks before the flare-up fully hits, and they come quite slowly and progressively. The first feeling is a sense of weariness. I can't describe what's going on, there's nothing necessarily that's that major happening, but I just feel a bit strange. Then comes shortness of breath on exertion, or just breathlessness, and it will happen to me for doing things that aren't that deep, like walking up the stairs or talking. Shortly following that is muscle tiredness. I feel exhausted, my whole body feels tired. I just become generally a lot slower, I move a lot more sluggishly. Then the next one often rears its head at work, and that is lack of concentration or cognitive dysfunction. I can't read very well, I can't write very well, it takes me a very long time to do things. The last sort of signs that I'm not feeling very well, and usually this is generally when the flare-up starts, is a heightened level of my pain. I'm in pain every day, as most people with chronic pain are, but there is a level of pain where you can live with, that you can function with, and there's a level of pain where you cannot think about anything else. And the other one is actual fatigue. It's going to sleep and then waking up and feeling exactly the same as you did when you tried to go to sleep. And this is the sign the flare-up is here. But even by then, I'm still in denial. Flare-ups make me feel really, really sad and useless and lonely. You've had all these plans about the things you wanted to do, all the friends you wanted to see, all the work you wanted to get done, and all of that just feels like it gets wiped away because you're just unable to do those things. It sucks, and so the denial makes sense because who wants to feel that? So why do I feel like this? Why am I in denial? I would chalk it up to two main reasons, and I spoke about this on Instagram. First one is due to something I learned recently, which is called medical gaslighting. So if you have a chronic illness or any kind of condition, mental health or anything, and you've gone through the diagnosis process and you've been told for years that there is nothing wrong with you and you're totally fine, and even if they do think there's something wrong with you, they misdiagnose you with something else and they say that your pain is due to something that is all in your head, that takes a toll on you. I have been diagnosed with lupus for 5 years and I'm still dealing with the after effects of what happened to me during that time. I still sometimes fail to believe I have lupus. I sometimes don't believe myself. I'd say the other reason is due to this concept of productivity. If some days you can't produce, you can sometimes feel useless or not valuable. So for me, the flare-up denial sometimes happens when I've got stuff to do. I don't have time for this flare-up. I've got to produce. My flare-up started on a Sunday. I had work the next day. So I was in denial because all I could think about was all the things I needed to get done at work. Flare-ups don't care about your work, mate. They don't care about capitalism and they don't care about productivity. Not being in denial when a flare-up happens doesn't change much physically. You're still gonna be sick. You're still gonna feel that pain. You're still gonna have to stay in bed and be tired and all that stuff. It doesn't change much in that regard, but what it can change is the way that you approach your condition. Acknowledging the signs that a flare-up might be coming is a little bit more empowering. It makes me feel like I'm taking a little bit of control on this illness that I can't control. I felt sad and frustrated this week, but what I'm learning is that when those signs come in those early stages, I need to sort of learn a level of acceptance that it may lead to a flare-up and I may have to take some time out. I imagine that accepting this earlier might make my life a little bit easier, I think. Thank you all so much for watching that video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have you experienced flare-up denial or medical gaslighting? And if you have, pop it in the comments below and tell me your experience. And if you want me to make a video to expand more on medical gaslighting, I totally can. Once again, pop that in the comments and I will plan a video around it. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you liked the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, you look okay to me, and turn on the notification bell so you can be made aware of whenever I upload a video. Thanks so much for watching that video and I will see you in the next one.